You may have heard stories about how was the people tortured in the Nazi concentration camp ruled by Hitler during the Second World War. Many people were sent to the gas chamber while many of them were beaten dead for little or no mistakes. The author of the all-time international best-selling book Man's Search for Meaning, Viktor Frankl, was one of those Nazi concentration camp prisoners who were alive till the end and were set free. Today from his book, I am going to share with you the similarities between life at Nazi camp and our daily life and the solution to those life problems. So let's get started. Then everyone was heard of the inhuman torture that the Nazi camp prisoners had to face. But still, when any prisoner was being transferred to the Nazi camp, he used to hope that things would be different for him, or at least not as bad as he had heard stories. At the beginning of our career or a relationship, this same hope also works inside us. From our childhood, we hear stories about how life becomes complicated as we grow old. But still, on that beginning day, we hope that everything will be different for us. Upon reaching the concentration camp, the prisoners got separated into two lines. Prisoners from one of those lines were immediately sent to the gas chamber and killed. Others were made to perform hard labor. Although none of the prisoners knew about the final destiny of the line in which they were standing, but every prisoner hoped that something good would happen with them. In our life, the person or the profession we choose to live with, we have no idea about the outcome of our choice, but we all hope that something good will happen with us. In the concentration camp, the mentally weak prisoners became insane by just looking at the inhuman torture on the other prisoners. After a few days or a few months, many of them choose to suicide by grabbing the electric fence as a way to free them from that suffering. After a few years of joining college or office or a relationship, when things started to get extremely complicated, then just like the Nazi camp prisoners, some people among us who are also mentally weak choose suicide as a way of salvation from that suffering. Some prisoners who choose to live with the cruelties of the situation, they started to lose the unique human feelings like love or kindness. And losing those human feelings seemed to act as a shield for them to deal with that cruel situation. The animal nature then became dominant in them. All they could think of was survival needs like foods and clothes. For example, once when the typhus disease spread inside the camp, many prisoners died from it. Instead of feeling sorry for those who died, the other prisoners were busy collecting scraps of food and clothes from those dead bodies. Similarly, some of us choose to go on with the complexity of life, but after a few years, human feelings like love and kindness start to disappear within many of us. We begin to think about only those things which are just necessary for our survival, like money, power, etc. So animal nature starts to become dominant in us. To a poor man, 100 rupees is much valuable, whereas to a rich man, not just 100 rupees, even 1000 rupees is not much of value. But that rich man doesn't hesitate to snatch that 100 rupees from that poor man if he gets a chance. Those prisoners who were alive till the end and were set free couldn't live the rest of their life normally. Because when they returned to their house, most of the family members or friends were already dead by then. Some of their whole city or villages wiped away. Or even if their family members were alive, they couldn't get the sympathy they would expect to get from their family. Because according to their family members, they had also lived through rationing and bombing. So they don't believe that just because someone was a Nazi camp prisoner, he deserved any special sympathy. So because they couldn't get what they expected, many of them became aggressive and went out to take revenge by murdering those guards of the Nazi concentration camp. After coming back home from work, if a person doesn't get enough caring from his family members, instead of that, if his wife or children start to complain about their own problems, many of them also become furious and aggressive. Counting for the retirement day to arrive for the whole work life, when the day finally comes in, many people forget to laugh or love heartily even after they retire from work. But few of the concentration camp prisoners never let the human feelings like love and kindness to disappear within themselves. Only they managed to live as a human being during the time at the camp and after getting released from there. For example, in the freezing cold, When the prisoners were made to do hard labor wearing just a ripped piece of cloth, few of them gained strength by having a conversation with their loved ones in their imagination. A few of them found meaning in their life by sharing their food with some other prisoner who needed the food more than him. Some of them found meaning to their life by experiencing the daily natural wonders like sunrise, sunset, blooming of flowers, singing of the birds, and so on. Sometimes during the 30-minute lunch break, few of the prisoners gathered, and by singing, dancing, or laughing together, they found meaning in their life. The enjoyment of playing with friends at school during the 30-minute tiffin break gave us the willingness to face 6 hours of torture in the class. The pleasure we get by seeing that person in front of the eyes or talking to him or her in the office gives us the strength to bear with the whole day's torture. The satisfaction of being able to provide a happy and fulfilling life to our loved ones gives us the strength to bear with the torture for the whole life. But if you look closely, the source of this strength is those human feelings, love and kindness. So if we give up these human feelings in front of the difficulties and complexities of life, then we lose the strength to live as a human being in those difficult circumstances. So then either we have to choose suicide or to live according to our animal instinct. No matter how extreme life tortures you, how difficult and complex the situation you are put into, it can take everything from you. But as long as you are alive, there is one thing that no one can ever forcefully take from you. That is the freedom to choose the meaning of any situation in your mind. In reality, life is meaningless. So you always have the freedom to choose the meaning of life according to yourself. That is the beauty of life. If you want, you can buy this book Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl by following the link given below in the description. I hope this video will touch your heart and ignite the human feelings like love and kindness within you more vibrantly. Thanks for watching. More wisdom, more solution, better life.